Hi team, hope everybody's been doing well. Apologies for lack of update. I've been busy with work and then I got the spicy cough and then the garage flooded, so haven't had too much time for hobby or available hobby space due to the flood, but have been getting some stuff done. So first up, the Swiss Pikeman for the province of Uri. I think I showed in an earlier video, but I've got burn done as well now. The Perry metal command packs have an Uri hornblower and the bear you see in front of you, so it's sort of suggestive as to I guess which cantons might be addressed first up. And I've also got a couple of field pieces done, which you can see on the right, to support. These will be good for Burgundian Wars or Italian Wars, and could also be pressed into War of the Roses if I was playing billhooks or something similar. So my idea is I'll keep adding files from different cantons until the pike blocks are as big as I need for the particular scenario. So when they're fighting the Swiss, there'll be bigger pike blocks. When they're acting as a mercenary force, probably won't need to be quite as big. And additionally, managed to get some Landsknechts done. So these guys are Warlord. The Swiss are all Perrys. These were good fun. I think you could probably keep picking out details for days on these, so it's a case of just drawing a line in the sand eventually. And the units in front are Artizan, so they scale quite well with the Warlord minis and give a nice selection of pike at attack. I think what I really need to do is start to include more banners, because the banners really make this period come alive, as it were. We've also started playing Chain of Command and found it very much to our liking. So in front of you is a Deutsche Afrika Korps force I've done up. My mate's got Kiwis, so we needed someone for him to shoot at. So this was my first time painting Second World War. Couldn't really find, I'm not going to say any paint schemes I was happy with, but most of the online painting guides I found for the Deutsche Afrika Korps, the uniforms were a lot, I guess a lot less faded, a lot more newer than I envisaged they should be, so I just sort of made it up as I went along. I did mixes of different amounts of desert yellow, I think it was, through the various coats. I did about 4 or 5 different mixes on different sections on uniforms just to give it a bit of an uneven fading, so I don't know if that's come out or not. But it was definitely an interesting process. Yeah, it's a really, really good game. We're looking forward to having a few more games. We've played about 3 or 4 so far. Quite sure we're getting a lot of stuff wrong with the rules. The rules are a very crunchy rule set, which is absolutely fantastic. It's what we're really sort of after. But it, hasn't mattered which side, winning or losing, we've been on. We both had a really good time with this set of rules. So very much looking forward to playing more, working on some terrain at the moment. Then we'll get onto some armored cars and things for support options. Maybe look at the new Warlord set. Bits and pieces I'm working on at the moment. In the center here we have the start of a Viking force. 2 units of Hearthguard with 2 commanders, some berserkers, and then half a dozen bases of herdmen. To the left and right of that there's more Landsknechts for the 30 Years' War. Panning up to the back, that's a tray of 28mm Perrys. So there's 2 gun batteries, one for either side, some dismounted Union cavalry, and a couple of cavalry units, one for each side. In the bag there's some primed and prepped swabs, 2 units there, which will be Louisiana Pelicans and Wheats Tigers. Once that's done, I want to get some Iron Brigade done, and that might give me enough to draw a line under this for a while. I'm not going to say it's finished because this is the project that, well, one of the projects that I don't think will ever end. Panning to the side, Napoleonic Russians for, I thought this would be a moderate sized force for sharp practice and give me a dig in at ramping up to bigger scale things. So these are Perry and Warlord, 1 unit of Hussars. I think I've got a normal line unit, Jaegers, a couple of skirmishing Jaegers, and some artillery pieces there, plus the standard big men. Excuse me. Panning back the other way, apologies for the nausea. We've got in the front and the tray behind it, well, I'm using these as Scots mercenaries under switch service for the 30 Years' War, but they'll double as a Covenanter army. So this is the rest of the project that I've got to do. The tray in front's all Warlord, so there's a frame gun, storming party, mounted and dismounted dragoons, and a couple of blocks of cavalry, and I think maybe 3. Then a pike block and the associated muskets, and just to pad that out and the tray behind it, these ones are Perry, so I've got a couple more big men, a couple of field pieces, and I've also got an extra 16 pike. When I was having a look at my finished units, I had one with 16 pike, one with 24, and the pike blocks of 24 just looked so much better, so I'm going to try and upgrade them to 24 as a standard moving forward, I think. Excuse me. And panning just to the side, Warlord Games Greek hoplites, so I'll be pushing on with that project as well. These should be pretty quick to do, I think. It'll just be a bit of a speed coat and rely on the decals to add the visual interest for these ones. Alright, cheers.